So video number two. Topic is still the same. Men today are corny. All right, let's get it.
On a first date. And when I opened the door, my man was at my front door. And I was like, oh, like, right? And then he hit me with the Rico. He pulled the flowers out. And I was like, wow, this is different, right? So I'm not even paying attention. I brush past this trying to walk down the steps and get to the door, right? Because I'm not paying attention. I'm just so not used to it. And it just hasn't, like, I just didn't have a lot of practice. He opened my car door. I get inside. He closed the door. I immediately went to my group chat. It's weird.
Did you say he opened your car door?
High five.
No. Now let me explain, right? Let me explain. By the time we got to the restaurant, my follow-up text was, y'all, that's my bad. I just realized and all that stuff we be talking about, we don't really want it. And I felt like he technically did everything that we be saying we be wanting. In my mind, instinctively, my first thought was he corny. But he really did everything that we want. But it's so unheard of that instead of me appreciating it, it's weird. So I want to say, first of all, sorry to that man. Second of all, now, since that, I haven't got it though. And now I want it. And I've missed the opportunity because I was...
Okay, topic for tonight. Men today are corny. Okay, everybody in the comments, drop a comment. Let me know what your thoughts. I'm sure y'all saw the video. Shout out to 8 at the Table for the video. Let's definitely check them out on YouTube, Facebook as well. They drop some good content, some good conversations. But yeah, that was Sweet Pea. Sweet Pea was on the show talking about her first date. The man dropped the flowers on her, was opening some doors, and yeah, I don't know, everything just fell apart. She got to the point where she called it corny. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta switch up tonight. Let me come to the fellas. Vince or Hirsch, what y'all think about what y'all just saw? Keep it a buck. Go ahead, Vince.
She for the streets.
Whoa.
For the streets, and she gonna be for the streets. She wasn't raised no better. Ain't no changing her. Ain't no man trying to simp and change her mind. She for the streets. She probably didn't have no father that opened the door for her mama, and she for the streets. And now, like they usually do, they get old, and now they want something different. But now you used to that. When you're used to being treated a certain way as a woman, then you get used to it. If you haven't been treated like that, then you're not used to it. Then it also goes back to dating with intention. I mean, what's your intentions with this man? Is it just to have a nice little time out, or are you looking for something serious? Looking for your husband? Trying to be found? So those type of women, you leave them to the streets.
Okay, simple as that. Let me come down to Hirsch, man. Hirsch, what you see in that video, brother?
I see a bunch of foolishness, and I also see, I've experienced that before. You know what I'm saying? As far as me, because I was raised right. I was raised to open the doors and do all that type of stuff, and the female not appreciate that. And just because I didn't like pull out my pistol or something like that, or start every other word, a cuss word, or they just like, oh, okay, you must be soft, or you must be whatever. It's just like Vince said, man. It's just certain people are just for their environment. They're not gonna get it unless they act like. And then by the time when they do get it, it's kind of like in that too late realm.
Right.
I encounter so many women nowadays. They like past the stage of like even procreating. You know what I'm saying? Like getting pregnant. Because they didn't waste all them years. Now they want to do this. They want to do right, but they done messed around. They can't have kids anymore. They can't do, and it's like their time is done in that area. You know what I'm saying? It's because of that whole, just, and again, it's just what's being fed to people's eyes and their environment too. And then people not trying not people not getting outside of their comfort zone, like going out and experience and exposing themselves to other things, other people. You know, the one thing I give, which I'm kind of fortunate where I appreciate is the way I grew up.
I almost feel like that apology, it felt disingenuous. It felt very disingenuous. I think she only apologized because the other women on the panel wasn't with it. It was almost like you could tell they were like, why did you call him corny? Like, because he opened the door for you. Like, and because they weren't with it, then all of a sudden she felt like, oh, I should address, my behavior. But so it felt disingenuous because then after that, I know that clip got cut a little short. There was more, of course. She went on to say he was still corny, that she still felt like he was corny because they didn't have enough in common. Like, oh, but it was okay because, I mean, he was still kind of corny. I mean, we didn't have enough in common. And once again, how does that make him corny? How does it make him corny? Because he knows how to treat a woman. How does it make him corny? Because you guys just didn't have anything in common. That's what you date for. You date to find out if you guys are compatible. So just because he's not compatible with you, that doesn't make him automatically corny. I think that, for me, the largest takeaway is, as women, we really have to look at ourselves out here. We are completely and totally just being led by our emotions. We're asking for men to be emotionally intelligent, but we are so the opposite. In order to be emotionally intelligent, you have to be aware of yourself. You have to have self-awareness, and you have to be able to manage and control your emotions. And to want to say something negative about another person simply because it's not your preference, or because, it's not something that you agree with, that doesn't necessarily give you the right to categorize someone in a negative way. But I see that happening a lot. And I'm saying I see it on both sides. I see it on both sides, men when it comes to women and women when it comes to men. But in this case, it was a woman. So I'm speaking to women. I'm seeing that a lot. A dude is not toxic because he doesn't want to do everything you want him to do. He's not hyper masculine because he doesn't behave or he doesn't handle situations and communicate the way you think he thinks he should. He's a man. I think that for me, it needs to be like you should be looking at this example and we should be going, this is what this looks like, right? This is what it looks like to fumble a potential relationship. But good for him because he dodged a bullet.
Facts. Facts.